Alright, so it's, oh god, what day is today? October 21st, year 2020, down the completely wrong direction in my series of what the fuck happened memos to myself and anybody else that might be useful at some level. Okay, so on this ley line, Lehline, yesterday I mentioned, yesterday, right, I rebooted and I had a memory of being in the parking lot at Jill and Mike's wedding in New Rochelle, walking to the car, and Gorgeous, my betrothed, behind me, but screaming something about national security, and I turned around and I'm like, wait, what? And he goes, nobody says those words to you, ever, do they? And I said, no. I said, what are you talking about? Like, as if Jason just wasn't, because he isn't, like, important ever, but just as if he wasn't even there. And then it was, like, a whole conversation between me and my love. And it was like, again, like, ask me to go with you, I'll take your hand and I'll go anywhere. Like, Jason, like, getting the black Ultima? No, I'm good. So, like, tell me where you want to take me. Anyway, so that was the only time somebody had said anything about national security to my face, up until age, I don't even know, what year that was. That was, I think, before Benjamin. And so then, I put that up yesterday, that was the only time that I could remember as of yesterday. Today's the 21st. I woke up, I rebooted, and I have, a link in with, Sue Macaluso. When I moved into 254 Peconic Street, so that is, it's Zweivierfünf, Peconic, Peconic Street. When I moved in there, there's a woman next door to me. Her name was Susan, but they called her Sue, and her husband's name was Tommy, or Thomas. Now, that name combo is a little confusing because you have Susan Bailey Romer, Jason Peter Romer's mom, and then you have Tommy Speciale, which is Maria Mirza's husband. So don't get confused. It's Sue and Tommy Macaluso. So she came over and she said that, I think she worked at Computer Associates. Then she said that she was doing national security. I didn't even, again, when she says the second person who's ever said it to my face, and I'm just like, I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean? Like, again, it was confusing for me, but nobody in this homeland of the state of New York, in the U.S.A, that they think is America, with the 50 postage stamps in North America, being the hemisphere, none of them ever say, like, anything national security. Now, here's the thing. We have this holiday, maybe you've heard of it, it's called Christmas. Now, there's a Saint Nick. I'm Goddess Nyx. I'm the Disney princess. I know you've heard these things. So now, everything in your world makes sense if you just pay attention. Because other people know. There wasn't always a holiday called Christmas. We made that holiday up to explain my reappearance with Klaus. Klaus. You say Claus, I say Klaus, tomato, whatever. It's Spracha. And it's cognition for you to, like, have one form of reality. Now, I've been here. The whole story for me makes sense. I can explain it now. But I'm in this, like, mental torture chamber where, depending on where I reboot and how well the national security teams are doing, is what I can remember, but I still don't have Klaus next to me. He's the only thing that I want, and none of you humans mean anything if you're not getting him and I together. I'm, like, so important because I'm a god. We have this holiday called Christmas. It's actually the night that Benjamin's conceived, but it's supposed to be with me and Niklaus, whatever name he chooses at royal things. So, but that never happened. But Christmas, you still celebrate. It's like a hollow holiday here. In the state of New York, it's a hollow holiday. They have no idea that I'm actually Goddess Nyx, that Saint Nick is the concept and the conception of our child in this lifetime. They do not pair the holiday that they all celebrate with a real being, with a real person. It's really scary. They go out, they spend lots of money, they shop, they have family over, they do lots of really stupid fucking whatever. But nobody knows that there's a real man and a real woman because none of these things that celebrate the holiday have ever done any work to get he and I together in any real way. So now I ask you, like, I know they say, because we're in an organic organ collection system of consciousness of what you say, what you do, and how it equates out to how healthy your organic body machina is going to remain based on how you treat the hive operator and the hive queen, which is myself as Goddess Nyx and Klaus. And thus far, you humans have done zero useful. Now, I live next door to this woman, Susan Macaluso. I don't know. Do the rest of you humans have problems with memory? Like, do you keep waking up and forgetting you had a conversation the day before and that you need to reroute your tomorrow in order to help me? Because that was the one time her and I had a conversation. Then it was like it never happened. Because for me, it never happened. It was like I rebooted into a whole new tomorrow waiting. Like, there's no repetition. There's no etch in my life where there's like a regimen. Usually, like, you make routine, you make regimen, it makes tracks, it makes traction, and then it builds steam and momentum, and it works. And you carry it with you as you go. I have had no regimen, no routine, and no momentum whatsoever my entire life. I've had pockets, maybe, of it, but long, sustainable anything? No. Neigh. Neigh. Because there's nobody useful. There's no human utility being a person that's been useful long-term in my life. Ever.